Hello and welcome to another Grey Steel Tai Chi video. Today I wanted to show you the basic building blocks of our martial Tai Chi practice. So you'll see playing some pushing hands drills with the names for reference. And then you'll see as the video progresses some ways that we start to mix these up and make them come alive. And so these drills that we see, now obviously they're compliant, they are very structured, so there's no idea of competition. Each person is just trying to help the other to train in a very structured, limited way. And each of the drills has slightly differing lessons. So Four Directions that we can see now has ideas of parrying, of evasion, of elbow control, and also this important thread of turning the waist and of shifting the weight back and forth. And it gives this certain rhythm which I think is distinctive to Tai Chi, and it's very different from the hand form. It's this shifting, constantly kind of rotating through the center. I think the classics talk about shifting the weight like a mill wheel, I think is the expression. Here we have reeling silk. Reeling silk is a common idea in Tai Chi. This is how we do it. This is the formal drill of reeling silk. And this is an idea about following the opponent's force and coming around the other side of it once we've followed it round. Again, lots of these drills are about making space where there isn't any. So Fu Yang, bow down, look up, is doing just that. It's using limited space and our structure to generate enough space to come back at our opponent, to generate some sort of counterattack. Footwork's important. So we've got a few footwork drills coming up. Lots of Tai Chi concentrates on fixed step. Fixed step pushing hands is a great drill, but once the force gets beyond a certain point, or the skill level gets beyond a certain point, you need to start stepping. And that may sound obvious, but I think a lot of people aren't sure on that point. 9 palace stepping coordinates same hand, same leg, and it also introduces a counter sweep that you can see coming through, sweeping the front leg of the opponent. Of course, these drills are continuous, so you never actually get to finish the technique, as it were, and you'll see that particularly in this drill, Dalu, great sideways diversion, where it's ostensibly an arm lock, which is then countered by a shoulder barge, but because of the flowing nature of the drill, neither the lock or the barge is kind of fully completed, so it becomes somewhat stylized, but still has great application, an application for the footwork, to send your footwork through the middle of a person's structure. And so now we move on to just combining some of those drills. So here's single hand. We start with single hand pushing hands. Then we move into chintzy, back into single hand, and now into Four Directions. A lot of people say, why do you concentrate so much on the arms? But of course the arms are in the way of everything else. The person's not going to just let their center line become exposed or the head become exposed. You're going to need to get those arms out of the way before anything meaningful is going to happen. So that's the simple answer to that. So you can see us moving through a number of the shapes from the first selection of drills that you saw. And we're just swapping as we can. We're feeling for change. We're trying to keep continuity. We're trying to keep the shapes and structures from the drills, but now we're trying to mix them all up and keep them in a sort of continuous, adaptable flow. And now we kind of take that a little bit further. Going to add strikes. There's a punch coming through, and things become a little more hesitant. The freer things get, the messier they get, and the more chance of actual harm increases. So we're more hesitant. So there you saw me breaking my structure because I wanted to avoid Ian's punch to the stomach. So that's a bit like Fu Yang, the bow down, look up drill, but it looks very different to that. And you can see lots of use of elbows, Ian coming over the top with an elbow there. Lots of jockeying for position. I punched low there. We use the elbows lots because they're a great way of controlling the other person, and a great way they're good both offensively and defensively. You can see me getting in a couple of slaps and things along the way. So as the strikes are allowed into the drill, the body language changes, because we have to be mindful that a strike may come in. We can't just maintain a very upright chin in the air kind of classic stance. We can revert to that at certain moments. But where attacks are coming in, or where we think they're going to come in, we need to react to those appropriately. We can't just stay in a very upright classical Tai Chi posture. And I think that's what people seem to expect from us, that we will always maintain that structure. I suppose I'd argue that we fight to that structure. So when we're on the defensive, the structure shifts and changes, and perhaps we break some of the principles momentarily, but we're always looking to return to those principles. And so this is just one way that you can start to enliven your Tai Chi, to make your Tai Chi martial. Hopefully this made sense to you. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.